Welcome to Spotlight on Kill Hills. I am Mayor Sheila Davies. I would like to take a few moments to provide a summary of the February 13th and February 22nd, 2012 Kill Hills Board of Commissioners meetings. First on the February 13th agenda was a public hearing regarding requested amendment to Chapter 153 zoning to add astrology and tarot card reading to the off-street parking and loading table. The request also included the addition of astrology and tarot card reading as a permitted use in the commercial zone. There were no speakers at public comment, and the board approved the requested amendment. Under introductions and presentations, the board welcomed the town's new attorney, Steve Michael, with the firm Sharp, Michael & Graham. At previous meetings held in late January, the board reviewed and approved the contract submitted by Michael's firm. A copy of this contract may be found at the town's website at www.kdh.mov. Under new business, the board took the following actions. First, the board approved the request of Diane Muchant to place a memorial bench at the 3rd Street Neighborhood Sound Access Park in memory of her sister, Anita. Second, the board approved funding for the Porthole Court street closure. Third, the board approved staff recommendations for technology equipment and software upgrades. And fourth, the board reappointed Ben Sproul to the Planning Board. Under the mayor's agenda, the board took the following action. The board adopted a resolution in opposition to imposing or increasing ferry division fees. Second, the board approved recording and televising all future KDH board meetings. The board also agreed to work on linking the recorded meetings to the town's website. The February 22nd Kill Hills Board of Commissioners meeting was the first recorded meeting. The meeting will be televised on the government channel on cable channel 20. The schedule for airings may be found on the KDH website at www.kdhnc.com. If you would like more details on any of the information covered in this spotlight on KDH, please watch the recorded meeting. The board heard two presentations at the meeting. The first was by the Kill Devil Derby Brigade, a women's roller derby league. The group advised the town of its upcoming Derby Spills event, which will be a family-friendly event held at Aviation Park on April 27th through 29th. The group informed the board that there are already 300 skaters registered to compete in the event. The second presentation was by the Outer Banks Sporting Events. This group expressed its appreciation to the town for the support provided over the past 6 years with the marathon and other races. It provided information on the economic impact of the events as well as the 2012 event schedule. Under new business, the board took the following actions. First, the board approved policy and procedures for recording and televising the board meetings. Second, the board approved the recommendations for streets and drainage improvements for fiscal year 2012-2013. Third, the board approved North Carolina Department of Transportation recommendations on speed limits, which could potentially reduce the speed along the bypass in Kill Hills to 45 miles per hour and reduce along Collington the speed to 35 miles per hour. During the public comments section, the board heard from speakers whose messages prompted the board to change a recommendation. This citizen participation stresses how important public involvement is in the process of town decisions. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to email me or any of my fellow board members. Email addresses for all of us can be found at the town's website at www.kdhnc.com. The next regular board meeting will be on Monday, March 12th at 7 p.m. The board will also hold a half-day board retreat on Tuesday, March 20th, beginning at 8:30 a.m. Thank you.